Alright, this is why you subscribe to the channel. The codes will be down below in the comment section and the description box. I don't want to waste your time. Every single code you need to be down below, but I do recommend just watching this video. You might find some helpful tips. I will be covering the updates as well, but here are the codes. We get 20 free summons and 2,000 essence stones. Oh my goodness. We're getting so many rewards from these coupons. Here's another one. The first one is 10 draw tickets. This one is 1,000 essence stones. Oh my goodness. And then here's one more, see you soon, 10 more draw tickets, oh my goodness. The devs are certainly generous in this game, and for the last code, we have one more K Essence Stones, oh my gosh. Be sure to drop a like down below, and do comment W devs because the devs are absolutely crazy in this game. Well, let's go ahead and continue the video. But first, I do want to say congrats to Amatsuka for being the first commenter on our last video. Here is your shoutout and enjoy your very exclusive Discord role. Now hopping right back into the game, the first thing I do want to mention is every single day we are getting new rewards in our mailbox, specifically workshop tickets. Now, if you find those workshop tickets, I do recommend checking the time. If you find that you still have multiple days left on them, I recommend you don't claim them. That's because the workshop is resetting very soon. If we go to game mode and then we go to workshop, as you can see, it resets in 1 day and 21 hours. That means if you look in your mailbox and you have a workshop ticket waiting there that's over, let's say 2 days, you can just leave it there, wait for the update, and then proceed to claim it that way. With the new hard mode coming out or with the new artifact sets, if you were previously unable to beat normal Vulcan, now you can easily do it, meaning you basically save yourself one ticket's worth of normal rewards, which is very, very important. So just a quick tip I wanted to mention. Another thing is, as you can see from my inbox, I have so many artifacts in here. That's because I'm saving all my artifacts from salvage. As you can see, I have 3,000 basically just ready to go. That's because we're getting the addition of the new permanent, yes, permanent, salvage event, meaning every single one of your junk artifacts will actually have fairly decent value. Every single one you do salvage no longer just gives us gold, we're also getting artifact enhancement chips. So that means we will basically, I'm assuming, never ever run out of them, which is actually quite vital, so please do save them. You should not under any circumstance be salvaging these right now. In literally less than 2 days, we will have that event coming in. Or I guess it's just a new feature, super important. And speaking of features we have in the game, as you know, we have the battlefield time right here. First off, make sure you do the challenge mode. That should be self-explanatory, but in the regular mode, you do want to make sure you've claimed all your rewards, and after you claim them, by clicking this button down here, you have to go to the shop and redeem those rewards, because if you look at the timer here, let me show you really quick. We go down to exchange, go to battlefield time exchange. As you can see, we have 1 day and 20 hours left, and these rewards last the same amount of time. So if you still have tickets, or I guess Medal of Time rewards, I do recommend you use them ASAP before the update comes into play, because if you wait too long, they will be long gone, meaning you lost any chance at rewards. And something I do want to mention is potentially the Abyssal Essence is actually the better reward compared to Traces of Shadow. These are surprisingly rare, so just wanted to mention that. If you go to Shadows, for example, and you go to the upgrade, you do need them and they're quite rare to get, so it is one of the best ways to unlock these. Though you're only getting so many of them, you need to spend 1,500 of these for just 30. So it's not the craziest reward, but it's still pretty good. With this, you get 10 traces, but with gates, honestly, with gates in play, we get so many traces of shadow. So it's hard to say which one's more worth it. In my opinion, I think in the future, I'm going to avoid traces of shadow, just because we do get more of those, at least in abundance, in my opinion. Again, that is just Zaf's recommendation. Tell me what you think. As you saw, we just did 2 gates and we already got 1 trace of shadow, so if you consider how many we get every day, it is a decently substantial amount. Up to you again. It's not like you're getting traces of shadow every single time. It is random, but it does happen quite often. And there you go, see, we swept one more, so we got 1 more trace of shadow. So in 4 gates, we basically got 2 traces. It does add up. Sometimes you get 3, but again, just want to take note of that. And also, just as a reminder, special summons are ending very soon, so if you're pay to win and you haven't done your summons yet, be sure to do so. This is the cheapest feature in the game to get 2 guaranteed SSRs in 1 pull, so make sure you do it. It is one of the best systems in the game right now. And speaking of easy peasy lemon squeezy rewards, I do want to mention in the crafting shop, did I say shop, the crafting system, you can go ahead and craft JULYUPDATELIVE's weapon. Now I do want to make the disclaimer, these do expire in 1 day and 20 hours, at least from the making of this video, meaning if you have, let's say 85, 90, or even 95, or maybe even 80 of these materials, I would at least personally, that's my opinion, personally recommend you do 1, maybe 2 multis on JULYUPDATELIVE's banner if you have enough tickets. Again, remember that your pity timer does progress to the next hunter coming out, so this 26 number will be translated onto the new banner, so it might be useful to do some multis here, get a few more capsules, and then with the capsules, you go ahead and potentially get more for materials to craft your weapon. Let's do 6 for example. Let's see how many we get. I'm assuming at least 2. That's usually on average, so we got 3. There we go. And every 10 you do, you get 2 rewarded. So let's say you do 10 and you get 5, maybe 4 of these. That would mean you need at least 3 or 4 multis to get around 15 to 20 of our materials. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do. I probably long-shotted the numbers there, but again, I'm just giving an example. It's honestly not worth it, at least in my opinion, to let over 80 of these expire. That's seriously a waste if you ask me. You're basically giving up around 4,000 diamonds in value, which is seriously a lot of money. So just take note of that. Again, my opinion, that's what I would personally do if I was close. But in my case, if we check, what was I at, like 20 or so? If I go back to crafting, yeah, so I'm at 24. Not worth it to do, 100 summons just to get one more weapon. No, in that case, it is totally not worth it. You only want to do it if you're around the 80 mark. That's when it's most beneficial. Though I wish the devs would just convert this into a universal item, at least half it or third it. That way in the future, potentially, we could get 1 extra weapon on some random banner, that being in the very, very future. But again, that's just my recommendation. The devs don't have to do that, but it would certainly be nice. And also, one thing you can do, if you're smart like me, a super genius GigaChat 200 IQ brain move, you can save your story mode for the new level cap increase. That's exactly why I have it in my story, of course, not because I was lazy with it. So now I'm going to go in, once the level cap gets increased, get an absolute metric ton of EXP. Everyone's going to be jelly once I'm level 85 instantly, because my laziness did pay off. I saved my story, so just a note, if you're already level 80, you might as well wait for the level cap to increase and then do your hard mode. You don't have to, of course, up to you. I'm sure we're going to get tons of EXP regardless, but just something I want to mention. My laziness finally paid off, but for reverse mode, it doesn't count. Sorry about that. I'm just lazy in this regard, I guess. I should do my reverse mode. I promise I'll do it soon. I know with my account it's so easy, but these story mode is just so much effort. What can I say? I'll do it soon, I promise. And the last thing I want to mention is if you have any artifacts with a lot of healing given increase, let me see if I can find one here like this one. You might want to keep it, just depending on what it is. We are getting new hunters that are taking advantage of this potentially, based on what the devs have told us. So it might be good to keep a few if you have a lot of good ones, like +3 for example. It wouldn't hurt. I know if the salvage event, a lot of you are going to salvage those artifacts, so just putting this as a disclaimer, you might not want to. If you want to be super efficient, again, that's just my opinion. You don't have to follow my advice. It's just one virus-infected individual's tips. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop your like. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more codes, tips, and other videos like this. And also, we do stream almost every single day, basically. At least we have been for the past few days. So do check out our streams. The link will be down below probably if I schedule it. So do stay tuned. We're doing account reviews, and we have a lot of openings coming up. This was Zaf signing out.